Hey folks, it's David Smith at Correctional Officer Lifestyle. I'm recording a video while I drive to pick up my new washing machine today. New to me washing machine. It's not exactly new. If you're wondering about the facial hair, I had an issue on my chin with I think an ingrown hair, and I had to shave in order to get to it so that I can deal with it. It'll grow back. This is not a new look for me. Basically, folks, this video is it's another mindset video, and it is the mindset of the perimeter officer. There is no shortage of staff members that when they work these perimeter posts do so because it's easy. They do so because there's not much work involved, and there's not. If I put somebody in a perimeter post, I'm not putting them there to just put them somewhere. I'm not putting them there because they don't like to work, they don't want to work, they don't do the job. I'm putting them there because I know this individual is going to be alert. This individual is going to be mindful and protect the public from these inmates. The perimeter post is the last line of defense between the inmates and the public at large. You have to be mindful that when you are putting people in these posts, put somebody up there in the tower or out on a perimeter post that's gonna be alert. That being said, let's go into the mindset of the perimeter officer. Okay, the perimeter officer, I have never worked for the Department of Corrections, and I've worked here for 27 years. I've never worked for the Department of Corrections where protecting the public was not part of the mission. Okay, in the state of Florida, we refer to security as the 3 C's: care, custody, and control. Care, custody, and control. Custody comes first. In our mission, it is our job to ensure that the inmates serve the entire sentence that is handed down to them by a judge, or an adjusted sentence as it is with their gain time or court rulings, etc. So the dormitory officer has a little bit to do with that, because the dormitory officer is going to conduct the required security checks of his housing unit to make sure that the security of his housing unit is intact, is adequate. Okay? The yard supervisors are going to take care of that by making sure that the inmates are going where they're supposed to be going, or returning from where they were supposed to have been. But the security of the institution falls squarely on the shoulders of that perimeter officer. That perimeter officer, I've had several perimeter officers that are paying so much attention to the compound, they can tell you whether or not an inmate's shoes are tied. That's outstanding. You're paying attention. I think that's wonderful. What's fence look like? In a facility that has a wall, what's the wall look like? The inmate with their shoes untied, we have staff that'll take care of that. I need to know what that wall looks like. I need to know what that fence looks like. I need to know what your staff members are looking like that are on the yard. Okay? That's what I need to know. I need to know if it is safe. I need to know if we are a secure facility. We have staff on the ground that will take care of all that other stuff. Your mindset needs to be focused on preventing an escape and protecting your fellow staff members. That is where your mindset needs to be if you're in perimeter. If you're on a perimeter post, first and foremost, prevent an escape. Do not let an inmate over, through, or under the perimeter fence. That is your primary goal. Your secondary goal, and I'm saying this is secondary, but it's a fractional secondary. I mean, it's right there. I personally think they're equally important. Is making sure your staff go home. Because if you've got a situation where a staff member is in danger, a riot is occurring, and it just popped off right in front of that staff member, and that staff member is involved, he is engaged, one warning shot out of a shotgun will quell that. It'll stop it. 9 times out of 10, it'll stop it. It happens. You have to protect your staff. You have to protect the public at large. Those two things you have to do. Now, I think it goes without saying that in protecting the public at large is also potentially behind the inmate that you might have to stop with firepower. Make sure you know what's behind your target. That's Firearms 101. Make sure you know what is behind your target. You have to know not only what you're shooting at, but what's behind what you're shooting at. Okay? That's it, folks. I mean, that's really it. Protecting the public means keeping the inmates inside the fence over the wall. Protecting your fellow staff. You have firepower. They don't. Use it. Take care of your staff. Okay? Now, we have very strict use force policy in the state of Florida. I can only assume that it's just as strict in the other states of the Union as far as the use of force policy is concerned. But folks, if you do use deadly force, make 100% certain that your deadly force is within the guidelines of your agency's policies, procedures, and your state's administrative code. Make certain, if you use deadly force, that it's justified, that it is a last resort, and all non-force alternatives have been exhausted. There it is. That's it, folks. That's all I got. It's David Smith at Correctional Officer Lifestyle. Remember, folks, if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. You want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications when I post new videos. And comment. Leave me some comments. I welcome negative comments. I always have welcomed negative comments. Keep them coming. Just make sure they're professional. No vulgarity. No profanity. Don't divulge any of your agency's policies and procedures. Don't hinder an ongoing investigation, and don't divulge any sensitive information. All right? As always, there's no place for domestic violence in this world. We need to eradicate domestic violence. Everybody jumps on board, we can. All right? Remember, 1-800-799-SAFE, 1-800-799-7233. That is a domestic violence hotline. The folks at the other end of that conversation have the tools, abilities, and resources to help the victims of domestic violence. All right? If you know the aggressor in a domestic violence situation, say something to somebody. The absolute worst thing that you can do is nothing. And if you are the aggressor in a domestic violence situation, there's help for you too. There is absolutely help for you too. First, you got to admit that you need it. Then you got to ask for it. That's all I got, folks. It's David Smith at Correctional Officer Lifestyle. Remember, the love shouldn't hurt. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. Y'all stay safe behind the fence. I'll see you in the next video.